Hey, my name is Jobby, and if you don't know who Mami Tomoe is, let me explain her character the best way I can.
Rip my head off my shoulders, squeeze my neck so tight, baby.
And she has big boobs, I guess.
And for those of you who don't know, Puella Magi Madoka Magica is a pretty damn good anime series. It's about a bunch of little girls who become magical superheroes with the aid of the completely innocent little piece of shit. And they fight off creatures called witches, which their nature might be closer to themselves than they think. So when Mommy's not fighting witches or losing her head, she goes to school in a pretty good looking getup. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is awesome. The shapes here are really simple and the edges are clearly defined. The painting looks simple at first, but then you take a closer look at the figure and you realize that a lot of work was put into the small details. The character design is nothing special, unlike her magical girl form. I mean, it's basically your average schoolgirl look. But for what the figure is, it pulls it off really well. This is an excellent head sculpt. I appreciate that her little hair doohickeys are rubbery material, so they're not gonna snap off anytime soon. And her beautiful hair just drills into my heart. Is this hairstyle even possible in real life? Probably not. You even see her using magic to do her hair in the movie. That's kind of cool. Seriously, right after I record this review, I'm probably gonna fire up that old Seismic. You know what I'm saying? That Seismic. Don't even pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about. And as always with a Figma anime figure, the face sculpt is on point. Although I am kinda iffy about the sideways glance, I mean, what kind of expression is that supposed to be? Madoka, you want a piece of my mommies? It's extremely similar to what we get on the Magical Girl Mami figure, and comparing the two head sculpts, I actually don't like that the casual Mami hair is more vibrant than the Magical Girl hair. I would think it would be the opposite, but well. And just like any other Figma figure, you have alternate faces. She's got a dangerously adorable happy face, and she's got an equally adorable angry face. And if you so choose, you can use these faces with your Magical Girl Mami figure. Now that looks way more appropriate. And of course it works the other way around. That tea must have tasted like shit. Yes, that's right. We fully crossed the border between action figure and doll with this teacup set. I'm Mrs. Nesbitt! Check out the detailing on the teacup. That actually looks quite tasty. I might go in for a sip. And to hold her teacup and saucer, you get a special pair of hands. On one hand, you just plug in the teacup into this slot, and on the other hand, you just slide the saucer right in. You also get a pair of open hands, some fists, some grabby hands, and this hand with a little peg sticking on it. The attention to detail on the hands is incredible. I mean, every left hand has this ring on it. I'd put a ring on it if you know what I mean. Get it? Because I would eat her face. And you get these gloved pair of hands, which is of course for her magical girl form. You can make her sip tea. That's fucking cool. Look at this piece of shit. This is what you call a soul gem. It looks beautiful, but holy swivel, it's really small. But if you thought that wasn't scary enough, you get another soul gem that has a tiny hole at the back. This actually goes into this pair of hands. Kinda tough to get the arms lined up properly to plug in the hand, but once you do, it looks pretty freaking cool. Now she's ready to transform in the most gayest way possible, Jesus Christ. And to tone down the accessories a little bit, you get this pretty mundane school bag. Wrap it around her arm and there you go, she's completely normal. She totally didn't get her head ripped off by a fucking candy monster. Hashtag dicks out for mommy, she will be missed. And the crowning achievement of any Figma figure is this sandwich bag. This is a highly underrated development that I think deserves more love. Alright guys, I know a lot of you have been waiting for this moment. Swivel here. Up and down at the head, ball joint at the drills, ball joint, swivel, elbow, up and down at the wrist, ball joint at her mammies, and the torso is made of a flexible material, so you can still move it around with no problem. You could even give her a little honk if you wanted. Ball joint here, hip ball joint, a really tight thigh swivel that's not really worth swiveling, a knee joint, up and down at the ankle, and the pivot. And the Figma stand can move up, down, fuck it. And for a Figma figure, she's pretty much the same size as the rest of them. Very tiny. Here's Figma Casual Kyoko Sakura, Figma Madoka Kaname, Figma Magical Girl Mami Tomoe, and the SH Monster Arts Godzilla. Overall, I quite like this figure. I don't know what I expected. If you guys want to see me physically abuse even more figures, consider supporting me on Patreon. I'm telling you, every dollar that you contribute helps keep the channel afloat. I do have some pretty cool rewards if I do say so myself. If you pledge $10 to my Patreon, you can request up to 3 toy reviews. That's right, simply name the figure and I'll buy it and review it. Within a reasonable price range, of course. And if you don't contribute to the Patreon, at least leave a like or a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Mommy's a really classy lady. She doesn't show off her legs like Kyoko here. Oh shit. Okay. Stop recording.